Every woman I know got upset about him saying grab her by the who gives a fuck? And I know you women talk way worse than that.
Oh, way worse. And
Exactly.
like when I saw the uproar about that, I'm like, if they heard my conversations with my friends, like on a date, like after a date, it's like the things you say, way worse than that.
100%.
Like, and everyone's just like, oh, like abortion, like really early on, it's just an embryo, but it's not. Like, that's a little baby. And it's like, they take innocent life and just make it like, oh, it's just a little fad. Like, it doesn't matter. Statistically, I want to say it's 95% are just wrong time or inconvenience. And then I think it's 3% that's medical, like 1% incest, and like less than 1% of just rape. If a woman would have sex with somebody before marriage, like completely shamed. Man can go fuck everybody pretty much.
You're quite right. A woman sleeps around, she's a slut. A guy sleeps around, he's a stud.
And I tried to get in the car and drive off, I guess. And at some point I fell. I don't remember any of it. Because like I was going to go to this man's house and I was just going to like, I don't know what I was going to do, but it would not have been good.
Barbie, welcome.
Thank you.
Thanks for coming.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
You and I had a little bit of conversations before.
Yeah.
How sensitive do you want to get right from the very start? Do you want to talk about adoption?
Yeah, I'm down with trauma dump anytime.
Okay, let's go for it. Trauma dump.
All right. So when I was 5 years old, I was adopted out of an abusive family. When I was 1, I was put into foster care. I was in a failure to thrive.
What is that?
That means like I didn't have food.
Fuck.
And I was like, the doctors were basically like, if he would have been there for any longer, like he would have been dead. And my biological dad was a pedophile. Molested me before I was even 1.
Holy fuck, this got dark all of a sudden.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Okay.
I'll get funny later.
Okay.
But yeah, so he actually died in prison during the Nashville get together with everybody. I got the phone call on one of the last days. My adopted mom called me and she's like, hey, like, what are you doing? I was just like, I'm at an event right now. And she's just like, I just wanted to let you know this is a good, exciting thing. She's like, they found him dead in prison.
What was he in prison for?
A lot. But so he would get in and out. When I was little, they tried to charge him with a bunch of things. He got like an armed robbery. He got a bunch of armed robbery, but they never pinned him with child molesting because they're like, it's just going to take too long and we want him locked up now. So he molested like my siblings, my cousins. Like, he was bad.
How old were you again when you?
I was 1 when I was put into foster care. So it was before that. And then looking through the adoption papers, that's kind of when it hit me. I think probably I think it was September. I like found like the whole little bundle of adoption papers because my mom has always been really open with me. And I was reading through it and I was just like, it's the first time I think I've ever cried over it. Because I was just reading and my mom would like journal and she would hand her journals to the court and basically like as a 1-year-old, if a man and a woman passed me at Walmart, like I would just start screaming. Like I didn't want any man near me. I was terrified of men.
Right.
Pretty much my whole life. I've just been like, I've had issues where I'm just like wildly uncomfortable. I got into lots of horrible relationships because it's just like, I didn't grow up knowing like what I deserved.
Right. Sure.
I had a really good adopted dad.
Okay.
But it was never a normal relationship because like I was just not comfortable with, I guess, like a normal relationship.
Sure. I think if you only know chaos, anything outside of chaos is going to make you uncomfortable. How fucked up is that?
It's my whole life. Yeah. And then I went back and forth from my adopted family to my biological family until I was 5 and I was finally adopted. But I would go back and then I would come to my adopted mom and I'm like, you know, there was like blood, there was fight, like I could barely talk. And so it's like, I don't know, but one of my first memories I think ever was like my first happy moment that I remember is they would like smoke a cigarette and they would throw it on the ground and like all of us kids would like go fight each other to like see who could step on it first. And so I think that's kind of why I like cigarettes now. Like the smell is always just like a good memory to me.
Sure.
But then I also remember one of my older siblings, there's a lot of like retardation. Like a lot of like my older siblings, like heavily.
Okay.
And they were also like, they were abused. And so they also, would touch me when I was little. And so I would come and like, it's in all my court papers and stuff. And I remember one of them literally like headbutting me in the stomach. Like I was afraid of like shadows and darkness because like the house was really lowly lit.
Right.
And so even still now, if it's like a low lit house, I just like, my whole nervous system just shakes.
Still to this day.
Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah. That was like an ADHD little random.
Right.
But yeah.
So continue that story. How old were you at that point?
That was anywhere from 1 to 5. I don't know specifics like on times.
Sure,
but,
sure.
I was adopted into like a Southern Baptist preacher family. I was homeschooled my whole life. Like
Really?
incredible. Yeah. My mom is one of the most amazing people I've ever met.
That's good.
Yeah.
Okay. So you were homeschooled. Do you think the lack of interaction with people affected you too?
Yeah, it did. Growing up, I hated being homeschooled. Like we went to church, we did soccer, like we did activities, but
Right.
I always felt like I just wanted to go to public school. Like I wanted to be around people.
Right.
So I had I still have like social awkwardness to an extent.
Okay. You don't
Yeah.
like crowds?
I don't do crowds. I was assaulted in a crowd at work once and like
Fuck.
ripped my pantyhose. Like I was caught in between like this group of guys and like it was like shoulder to shoulder. You couldn't really walk and they literally trapped me in and they were just like groping me, like they ripped my pantyhose. Like it was really bad. And so now like even like last night I looked over at Cruz and he looked at me and he just came over and I just like hooked arms with him. I'm just like, thank you. And he like walked me into a place that didn't have anybody around us.
This was after dinner, right?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you guys went to like a club or a bar or something after?
Yeah.
Right.
We went to a
okay.
couple places, but
Yeah.
it was all really great. And then we just went to one and it was just a little overcrowded and stuff. And I was just like panicking and he's just like, we'll go outside. And I'm like, thank you.
Nice.
Yeah.
That was good of him.
No, he's amazing.
Okay. So after that event, continue your story, your growth.
So let's see. You got any specific questions? Because I've got so many rabbit holes in my life.
Go. Let's go for the rabbits. I love rabbit holes.
So after I was adopted, I guess fast forward, like my childhood was good. I was always in the back of my mind, kidnapping was like the most scary thing to me because
Okay.
like when you're adopted, like you are in the back of your mind, like afraid that they're going to come get you, especially whenever you leave a situation that I left.
Yep.
And so like cars would go by and I would just like have nightmares and I would just be like, I still have nightmares about different things. And it's so weird, like what your brain just gets triggered by. But it's like a car like comes slowly by you and you're just like, this is the end. But yeah. And then I don't know, I guess a lot of growing up also like when you're adopted, like I never felt like I had a place. Like I never felt like I belonged anywhere.
Right. So how long were you homeschooled for?
My whole life.
To what age?
Until 17
Fuck.
Yeah. I never went to public school, not a day in my life.
So you had really no interaction. Like, how did you get to play with other kids?
We had youth group. We had neighborhood kids.
Okay.
I played soccer. And so like we had interactions and stuff. And she was really good about, like my mom was just so about us. Like her world revolved around us.
Mm.
And so that helped a lot because she would like get us in events and we did like homeschool get-togethers. Like there were skating parties and all sorts of stuff. So it's like all the little homeschoolers get together and we're all awkward together.
We're all awkward.
Yeah.
At 17 then. From there, where?
So there's a little part of my life I just leave out. But I went from Oklahoma to Georgia. I was with a man. I was dating him for a while. He was an Army captain. As soon as I moved down there, I found out he was cheating on me and I was like, I'm ready here. We went through like 3 more years after that and we moved to Nashville together. And then I finally left. Like my friends, he went out of town and my friends literally came to my house and they packed up my house while I'm sitting on the kitchen floor just in pieces.
Yeah.
And they're
Do
like,
you think you stayed in that relationship because you didn't feel, why did you stay in that relationship?
he had me convinced that I could never get better and that nobody else would like treat me as good as him. He did not treat me that good.
No,
And
but that's a common douchebag move for guys.
yeah. And
When they're afraid that the girl is better than they are or a higher level caliber.
he's the one that was telling me like, you don't have like a college degree. You don't have this, that, and the other. And like, I love politics. Like I loved posting about it. I loved talking about it. And then he was just like, you don't have a college degree. Like you look stupid. You shouldn't have an opinion on any of this stuff. And he's just like, that's embarrassing. And I'm just like, oh. And so I just stopped. And he basically made it feel like all I was really good for was just posting selfies. So,
yeah, that speaks to his insecurities, not yours.
Yeah.
But sadly, you had grown up in such a condition that you probably didn't have very high self-esteem.
No.
Do you think you have high self-esteem now?
I'm growing it.
That's good.
Like I've been learning a lot probably over the past 4 years.
Nice.
Yeah. I just got out of like another pretty rough relationship. It was like a very narcissistic and like I believed every lie. And
is that where that villain song comes from?
yeah.
We'll get to that. Fuck, dude, you're depressing the shit out of me. I gotta start drinking. Okay, so you ended up going from Georgia to Nashville.
Mm-hmm.
And take me there.
I've basically just made a whole family there.
How so?
Like all the people that I've met there, like from the beginning, they are some of the best people and they've just showed up like more than family sometimes. Like they beck and call. I ran out of gas in like this kind of scary area in Antioch. And I called my friends in the middle of the night and I was like, I don't have gas. And they got out of bed, got gas, came and met me, made sure I was safe. And like just things like that.
You currently live in Nashville?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. My friends have saved my life there a couple times too. So
how so?
So my little brother was murdered in...
Fuck, dude. Do you have any good fucking things in your life?
I do. Kind of.
All right.
So
tell me about that if you're comfortable.
Yeah. So he was... See if I can do it without crying.
We have Kleenex. I make people cry all the time. Don't worry about it.
It's honestly, I make people cry.
I don't do it on purpose.
No, I don't usually. I'm usually really good about not crying, but he was murdered in...
Take your time. Take your time.
In July of 2024. And he was shot by his baby mama's boyfriend. And then like the night before I was flying out for the funeral, a girl came up and she's just like, hey, is so-and-so your boyfriend? I was like, yeah. And she's like, are you sure? And she told me that she had been with him and like there were multiple other girls. And this is like as I'm about to fly to see my dead brother.
Fuck.
And that was rough. And so I turned around, I took every shot of tequila. Thank you. And like I almost died that night. Like they had to like hold my head up. Like they carried my body around. They made sure I got on that flight. I do not remember getting on that flight. I don't know how I made it through TSA. Like I woke up and I'm on the airplane and I'm like, who smells like throw up? Where am I at? What clothes am I in? Like where? And then I realized it was me. Like I had throw up like matted down the back of my head. Like they made sure I got on that plane. And I tried to get in the car and drive off, I guess. And at some point I fell. I don't remember any of it. Because like I was going to go to this man's house and I was just going to like, I don't know what I was going to do, but it would not have been good. But yeah, but they literally like carried my body physically and like made sure that I stayed alive. My extension literally like went into the back of my head.
Fuck.
Yeah.
Okay.
I got some good songs out of it. So.
Well, I mean, all artists take pain as an inspiration. It's shitty to have to use that as an inspiration, but okay, keep going.
It's character development.
Yeah, but it's unfortunate that sometimes we have to learn life lessons that way.
Yeah.
Your brother was murdered. You went to the funeral. Mm-hmm. Now what?
So that was my biological brother.
Yes.
So I am close with a couple of my siblings, my older brother, my little sister, and my little brother. And it was always like like not strained, but it was just like I didn't grow up with them. And so like we grew up like on Facebook, like messaging back and forth and stuff. And then we met later on and then like we got close. And it was always like, oh, next time I'm there. Like, and then I was just like, next time, because I'm busy. I'm like, when I'm in a better place, like we'll do something. And then I just like kept putting it off. And I was like, yeah, we'll have to go fishing and like go get beers and stuff. And then it's just like you keep saying like next time and then it's just gone.
Okay.
So I've been spending a lot more time with my biological brothers and sister.
In Nashville?
No, in Oklahoma.
Oh, got it.
Yeah.
Okay.
The whole family is like based in Oklahoma.
Okay.
Yeah.
So how soon after that did you start getting into social media?
So I've been doing social media since I was little. The first Instagram account I had like 10,000 followers. I was 12. I should not have had 10,000 followers. My mom found out and she was just like, no. And so she deleted the account, like all of that. And they're like, no more. And I was like, okay. So fast forward a little farther, I made another one and it just blew up again.
Right.
And then she was just like, no. And so then she's like, okay, deleting it again. And then once I turned 18, I started posting like Trump, MAGA, like all of that. I was like a Trump train girl.
Yep.
So I was the girl in the MAGA hat and pretty much all of the little ads, people would send it to me like on a daily basis. They're like, oh my gosh, I was just like looking at guns and I saw your face like with a MAGA hat. And I'm like, that's crazy. And so like I was in the first wave of just like loved politics and just posting that, and then blew up a little bit there, kind of paused it whenever I got in that relationship. And
the
then,
one we don't want to talk about.
No, this is the military one.
Yes. Okay. Yeah. The guy who squashed you.
Yeah.
Yep.
And then that's when I just started doing selfies and just kind of got into like the not so good part of the internet.
What do you mean?
I did OF.
Okay.
Yeah. Not my proudest time of life, but that is something I didn't realize that things followed you the way that they do.
Dude, it's like herpes.
It's bad. Like once it's on the internet, it is always on the internet. I have a stalker right now and they'll probably email you and they say, oh, she's a call girl. She does this, that, and the other. And I'm like, I've never done that. But then they'll send like a bunch of my old pictures to everybody. And so I've got to like have like an FBI case and I'm like building like a whole file against it. But yeah, once it's on the internet, it's always on the internet.
Yeah. I recall embarrassing moment joining the George Michael fan club when I was fucking early 20s, and that shit still haunts me.
Oh my God.
Yeah. Still motherfucking out there. But George Michael was the man. Okay. So
I kind of just thought that was my worth. And I was like, that's
sure.
just what I amounted to.
Right,
and I was just like,
if you surround yourself, with people that are always trying to like squash you for whatever reason, you've never been in an experience where you felt worthy.
Yeah.
Right. So, but that being said, you now have the power within yourself to start feeling better about yourself. I mean, it's very easy to blame your situation in life and your past histories, and it's valid. But accordingly, you can raise yourself up. Like you shouldn't depend on anybody to see your self-worth.
Exactly. Yeah. I use it as like not an excuse, but like an explanation.
Absolutely, for sure. And it would be disingenuous to me and disrespectful for me to say, fuck your past, right?
Yeah.
We all have our demons. We all have our chains. But I do believe in people enough that you can rise above that, right?
Yeah.
And the fact that you're doing that is not only a testament to the fact that it can be done, but it's also an example to other people that it can be done. Like, dude, your fucking history, your past is depressing as shit.
Like
it's
the
a
tip
fucking
of the iceberg
Shakespeare.
too. Yeah.
It's a Shakespeare story.
Yeah.
But you rose above it.
Yeah.
So that's good for you.
I wrote a song about that too. I started writing a song about basically like the adult me going and like hugging the little me, basically.
Right.
And it's like the only one that could save me is me. And it's like I was locked in a cage and I'm the one that held the key. And so
that's so true.
Yeah.
Quite often we are the ones responsible for holding back our own growth. And there's so many reasons.
And like numbing it, and you cannot heal if you're numbing it. To an extent.
That's unfortunate. I think people, and I've talked to many people about this, it's just we use whatever form of escape, drugs, alcohol, sex, gambling, whatever, as a means to dealing with the pain.
Mm-hmm.
But unfortunately, the only way to get through the pain is to deal with the pain.
Yeah.
Just like fears.
Mm-hmm.
The only thing I believe, the only way that we beat our fears is to face our fears. And as cliche as that sounds, but one of my favorite sayings is do what you're afraid of until you're not.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And living like outside of your comfort zone.
It is. But
Yeah.
how many people do you know like living out of their comfort zone?
Nope.
It's shit, dude.
Yeah.
It's called discomfort for a fucking reason because it doesn't feel good. But unfortunately, like going back to like most of my life lessons, a lot of them come from jujitsu, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And there's certain positions in jujitsu where you could be prone to panicking. Like there's a term being stacked. Okay. So if you have somebody in your guard and they push you over and basically your crotch is at your face. So you're compressed. A lot of people panic because you can't breathe. You're getting squashed to shit. And, but you realize that just breathing through the discomfort, getting used to it, and maybe you only last a second this time. Maybe next time you last 2 seconds. Maybe next time it's 3 seconds, but you consistently move forward in growing. That's how I like to look at things.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I wanted to get into that too, jiu-jitsu.
As a woman, no, not as a woman.
It's 2026.
Don't pronoun me. As a woman, I highly advocate for you to learn jujitsu.
Yeah.
Right? Because if you're going to be attacked, you are likely going to be thrown to the ground and you will likely have a better chance at defending yourself if you know jujitsu.
Yeah. I've been doing like the little women's self-defense courses. Well, you learn how to like get out of the ties and stuff.
Oh, really?
Oh, I loved it. Like they were tying you up in pretty much everything. And they're like, this is how you do it. I was always one of the first ones out of it because I was just like.
Oh, that's different.
Yeah.
I was talking about like the mock self-defense classes where a guy comes up and he grabs your sweater and he's standing there waiting for you to do shit.
Yeah. So we did the thing where you like flip them over your shoulder.
Yeah.
It was fun.
Yeah.
But I definitely want to get like deeper into actually being able to do it.
Yeah. Unfortunately, you've been in experiences where it was for real, right? Until it's for real, you never know how you're going to react. That's why those sort of, in extreme situations, your mind shuts off quite often, right? So if you're in a position where, you know, doing self-defense classes and you can like face your opponent and then like grab a wrist and you grab it and you just wait there that's not going to do shit, right? But I highly advise all women to learn some form of self-defense. And for me, go study jujitsu.
I got guns. I got a bar stool. I'm basically always just like scanning, like what could I use if something happens?
That is a smart thing to do.
Yeah.
Right?
Always have all the doors, all the exits. Yeah.
Right? You need to know your situation. When I go into a place, I know where the exits are. I know who might be a problem if the shit goes down. Yeah. I need to know where I can hide if I need to. And that's smart. That's not paranoia.
Yeah.
We live in a situation where if things go sideways, you should know what the fuck to do.
Exactly.
Right? If I got to go out that door, who's going to be in my way? Who do I have to take out? What guy looks like he's going to be a problem? What guy's getting drunk?
Yeah.
Be aware of your fucking surroundings. We were talking about the captain and the army captain that sort of like suppressed your shine.
Yeah.
That's 3 squirrels? Okay.
3 squirrels ago. Oh, yeah. Think we were talking about the last relationship and then.
I asked you if it was the army captain.
The one after that.
Okay.
That was the one Villain was about. Is the most recent ex.
Okay. So after the army captain, you had a relationship who you wrote the song Villain about.
Yeah, I wrote a lot of songs about him.
Really?
Yeah.
How long was that relationship?
It was 2 years.
Okay.
So it was a lot. It was a lot.
Okay. Tell me what happened.
So basically at the beginning of it, like he was just infatuated with me. I was like, I don't really like you. Like didn't find him super attractive, but I was just like, I like his personality. And then it just like continued from there. And then I finally was like, okay, I really like you. And then I would find out like from different girls, they're like, hey, like I've been talking to him. And I'm just like, oh, and he's just like, no, that was before like we were talking. And I was like, no. And then I found out that he was dating a girl 2 months into us starting to date. So he was in like a fully committed relationship with her. Not committed, but they were together. And then I didn't find that out until probably like 6 months ago.
Holy shit.
Yeah. And so we went no contact in November.
Just passed.
Yeah.
Why do you think, for me, women have the greatest intuition? Like,
I would know. And I would like look at his following.
yeah.
And I'd be like, he's been with that girl. Like literally could just like look at the profile and every single one of them, I'm friends with them now. Like I have a friend group and they're all like, we hate this man. And when I got back together with him last year, they were all like, we're disappointed. They're like, we love you, but like, this is not good.
Right.
But they were still like my friends. They've been my rock, which is crazy because like we became friends because he cheated on me with them.
Weird.
Yeah.
Why do you think you ignored all the signs?
Because I thought that I could fix him.
God.
I know. Well, it's not even that. I think for me, it's like I've always felt like I was broken, and if I could fix somebody else or like deserve their love almost.
That's interesting.
Yeah. Which he actually pointed it out. He was just like, you literally like act like you have to earn love. And then he would push the bar back and make me earn it, but he would like point it out.
Again, that goes back, I suspect, to your low self-esteem, your low self-value that I guess perhaps you feel that you need to justify why someone could love you.
Yeah.
Okay, so you broke up with, so he cheated on you. That was the main thing?
Yeah. And then over this last summer, he would like tell me like, I want to marry you, all this stuff. And he's just like, but you need to work on yourself. And I was just like, what's wrong with me? And he was just like, you're doing this, you're not nice. And I was just, I sat across from this man after I got home from my brother's funeral because he was just like, please let me come talk to you, like all this stuff. And I was like, okay, fine. And he came over. He was like, I'm in love with you. Like, I'm so sorry. I looked at him, never screamed at him once. I looked at him and I was just like, I forgive you, but like, I need a minute. Like, this is after like I found out he slept with like 8 girls during the course of our relationship and my brother was dead. Like, came back from the funeral so graceful. All I ever did was give him grace. And then at the end, he was just like, you're doing everything wrong. Like, you're broken. You're not good enough. And then it kind of got to the point where I was just like, I have to just go no contact. And then he's been walking around just telling everybody like, oh, that I'm a narcissist. I was like, my world revolved around you, like for 2 years. I did all of his content. I helped him with videos. Like I helped him with literally everything.
What's unfortunate, he's probably kicking himself now. Or you know what? Maybe not. Maybe he's such a fucking narcissist that he just feels that he still probably blames you.
Mm-hmm. Oh, so I talked to his new girlfriend, AKA his manager. He's got a day-to-day manager. And he was just like, no, told me all summer, no, like I would never mix, business in that. They were dating the whole summer. This man called my mom when I posted with another man on my story or a TikTok or something. He called her crying, saying that he was going to kill himself. His mom and that girl were on like duty to make sure that he didn't do anything to himself. Even though he had a girlfriend living in his house that he was lying about, telling me all these things. And he's just like...
I dug Billy Ray Cyrus, by the way, the fucking achy breaky hard time.
Oh, hell yeah.
Now I get your song. Your life is a fucking country song.
It is. It really is.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Yeah. Well, I talked to her on the phone though. Like after like he told me about her, he told her about me because he was afraid it was going to be some big deal. And I recorded my whole conversation with her. And she literally said, he will gaslight you to the point where you'll believe that you're the villain and he'll make you believe that you are the bad guy. She's like, but you can't do that. And then she got back together with him. Oh. And then she's made him a cake and it said like, F that cunt.
Really?
Yeah.
You used a cunt word.
Oh, I love that word. It's my favorite word.
It's a good word, right?
I love that word.
Like why are we so offended?
I was going to wear my hoodie. It literally says, live, laugh, love. And then it's all X'd out and it says, don't be a cunt.
Awesome.
I was like, it's a family store. So I was like, I don't want to like.
That's a great shirt.
I'll wear it later.
Okay. So you got rid of that douchebag.
Yeah.
And are you now creating content that you want to do?
Mm-hmm. I'm like finally slowly like figuring out what my new niche is because like I want it to be like, I'm healing. I'm chaotic about it. I'm a menace to society, but like I'm working through it. because I think a lot of people think like you have to go on this like straight edge little line when you're healing.
It's not
but
that
like
way.
healing is just, it's chaotic. Some days it's like I'm up here, some days like I'm down here. I had to do like a really intensive therapy for like a month and a half.
What do you mean?
After like I went no contact and stuff, like I just had to go through like some like hardcore therapy. And so I'm doing something brain spotting. So I basically have to learn how to regulate my emotions before I can go through like trauma therapy. Because I've been in therapy since I was 4. But it's never worked for me because like they don't teach you how to like regulate your emotions usually. They're just like, let's just get into the hard emotions and then I'll like go off the deep end and like it'll spiral. But I'm on meds now, like after that whole thing.
Yep.
And so they've kind of like stabilized me. So now I'm like able to like kind of work through things, which is why I think the first time I really cried about any of that was back in September.
Do you think society right now is quick to put people on medication?
Yes, for sure. And I was against it for a long time. And then I got to...
Are you on an antidepressant or an SSRI?
I'm on...
Or just a mood stabilizer?
I'm on, what is it called? Lamotrigine and quintalipine.
Okay, don't know them.
Basically, it's a mood stabilizer and an antipsychotic.
Antipsychotic?
Yeah. I call them my crazy pills. And I'm so proud about it. I'll be like, I'm on my antipsychotics. Like, yeah.
Right. I hear there's some pretty wicked side effects, though.
I haven't had any bad ones.
Oh,
but
good for
with
you.
lamotrigine, you can get a rash that can kill you. I can't take like certain like supplements because they can like interact.
Yeah, contraindication.
Yeah. But
you know what those supplements are, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I'll take a picture of everything and I'll put it into like ChatGPT or Gemini and I'll be like, hey, like, does any of this mix badly?
Right.
Because like you can go into respiratory depression, you can go into like seizures. There's a lot of things. So I'm just like really careful about all of that. But no, so I went to a psychologist and we did like a deep dive like for a couple months and basically I've got bipolar 2.
Okay.
And I have borderline personality disorder.
Okay.
And then I've got severe PTSD.
That I can understand.
I didn't know. Growing up, I was just like, oh, I can't have PTSD. I'm not a soldier. Like literally in my mind, I was just like, if you didn't fight in a war, you can't have PTSD. And then like realizing like, no.
No, for sure. Any traumatic experience can have lasting effects.
Mm-hmm.
No doubt.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you feel that the therapy you are undergoing is helping now?
Yeah.
Are you doing therapy from a different... See, I know I have people that have gone through therapy and I think you need to work through your shit.
Yeah. I think they give you the tools, but it's your job to go through with it. And it's your job to like kind of figure it out, not on your own, but like kind of on your own.
It is, but it's so hard, dude.
Mm-hmm.
Like to see parts of yourself and to see your flaws and your weaknesses and mistakes that you've made that have contributed to the spot in your life where you don't want to be. That's fucking hard.
It's a hard pill to swallow.
It
like
is.
I've been like I've picked apart myself. Like especially this last 6 months, like I have picked every single, because I was like, I don't want to keep repeating patterns.
Good, smart.
Because it's hard to break them, even like generationally, like biologically, like there's a lot of patterns and I would see like them in myself, even as an adult, like I wasn't raised by them, but like there's still patterns. And I was just like, I've got to just break it.
Well, the good thing is you've identified the patterns.
Yeah.
Right. But that's hard work to do.
Yeah. It's off-roading.
It is. It's also emotionally draining.
Yeah. There's sometimes that I do not get out of bed for a couple days.
Shit.
Yeah. But that's why my medications, like I'm very steady on them, because there would be weeks where like my friends would come over and they would just sleep on my floor and they would just make sure they would show up with food. They would show up with just help. They would show up every single day. And I'm very lucky to have all of them.
100%. Yeah. I realistically, you don't know where you would have been without those friends.
No, probably not here.
Okay, so you've depressed the shit out of me. So let's talk about something a little
Let's
more.
talk about something funny now.
Yeah. Let's talk about your bull riding. How the fuck did you go from a Shakespearean history to bull riding.
You got to figure out, some way to just get it out of your system.
Okay.
So I got a message from one of my friends on Instagram, and he was just like, hey, like, I'm opening up this bar in Nashville. Like, I'm going to be the GM. Come apply. Like, we want you to work for us. Like, help open it. And I was just like, I don't know. I was like, I already have a job.
What
and
were you
then
doing?
I was working as a waiter at the listening room.
The listening room?
Mm-hmm.
I don't
It's
know what
a
that is.
really cool little spot in Nashville.
Okay.
Basically, like a bunch of songwriters that write like the big songs. They come to the stage, they sing the songs, they tell you the story behind it. You can eat and watch them. Like, it's the listening room.
That's
Everybody
cool.
has to be silent, like, while they're up there. So it's like respecting them.
Yeah. Nice.
So it's a really good spot. But I was just like, okay, like, I love the PBR because, like, I grew up with bull riding stuff. Like, I love bull riding. So I was like, okay. And then I go in there. I became like one of the first buckle bunnies. I'm a horrible dancer. So, like, we do like two-stepping, line dancing, all of that. And then they're like the mechanical bull. And I was like, oh, this is my shit.
Okay.
So that just became my thing. And then I have torn ligaments.
Yep.
I've been put in the hospital. I was the first one put in the hospital for that bull. I broke my tailbone and I kept riding. The one day I was just like, I bet I could flip onto that thing. And they're just like, no. And I was like, okay, put it at like a 3. And so they did it and I flipped on and I was like,
yeah,
oh,
I saw
this
that
is
video.
a thing.
That was crazy.
So, well, then over the summer, when I went back again, I was just like, okay, turn it up. And like,
how fast can that go?
It can go up to a 10. It's hard to throw me out. I have like nerve damage through this arm.
Have you ridden it at a 10?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. And I'll jump on it at a 10. Like, it'll be moving at a 10. And we have these things called buck-offs.
Okay.
I'll just show you videos of it. But basically, like, it'll be bucking at different speeds. And like, we all jump on and see who can like jump on and like ride it for like, I think it's 3 seconds and then jump off. And it's a lot harder than you would think it would be. And we had one girl
Dude,
like
it
land
looks
on her
tough.
head once. Yeah.
And it also spins around too, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, that shit's crazy.
I love it. It's just, I enjoy it.
How do you post a lot of videos of that?
I did for a while.
Yeah, I think you should.
Yeah.
It's impressive.
I'm planning on going back. We had like a little hiccup in the PBR scene. So
What's the hiccup?
they basically told us one day, they're like, hey, we're actually closed to the public. And we're like, what? And like, they're like, this weekend, like, nobody's everybody's shifts are just gone. And so we're like, so no notice, nothing, like no respect in that. And so we all just like said, fuck you. And we walked off. And so then they're opening back up. And I do like the bosses and everything there. So I'm probably going to try to like ease my way back in there. Like, they'll let me come back anytime, but
I think it's a dope spin for your social media.
yeah.
Because outside of you, I don't think I've seen anybody ever fucking do it.
Yeah. Well, all the girls in like other locations, they try to like do my flip and my shotgun. And I'm just like,
What's a
I'm
shotgun?
So I wear my nails like this. So they're all like short and square except for this one.
Yeah.
It's sharp.
Yeah, I see
So that
that.
I can shotgun anytime, anywhere.
Shotgun what?
Like Red Bulls, beer,
shotgun
anything.
drinks.
Yeah. So my routine is I go on there and I flip onto the bowl. One of my friends throws a Red Bull at me and I shotgun it on the bowl while I'm going. And then they throw my hat at me. And then I do like my whole little routine where I stand up, I do flips.
You stand up on the thing?
Yeah.
Fuck, dude.
Yeah.
Let's go from that to, we were talking earlier, let's jump completely fucking squirrels.
Yeah.
Talk about pro-choice.
Pro-choice. Okay. So when I was...
No, actually, let's skip pro-choice for a second.
Okay.
How did you write, like, I saw that you released that song Villain based on that douchebag.
Yeah.
How did you get into songwriting and singing?
So songwriting was actually Army Captain. Like, he was a songwriter and he did music and he was just like, hey, you should do it too. And I was just like, okay. And then we did it for like a week and then he was just like, yeah, we'll just focus on me. And I'm like,
wow.
Okay. Yeah. So he got me into it.
Motherfucker.
I did not. Nobody liked that man. His own mom didn't like him. So, but, and I'm not kidding. She really didn't. She hated him. And I was like, that's crazy. I should have taken the hint.
Should have.
But I didn't. But it got me to where I am now. So, little curveballs. But I don't know. I've just had a lot to write about. even when I was little bitty, like I used to like write books and stuff. And my mom
Do
was
you journal?
Yeah. I love journaling.
Yeah, it's important. Do you find a catharsis in journaling?
Yeah. And I like reading back.
Yeah.
I love reading back. I'm just like, I forgot about these things.
And how fucked up you were back then.
Yeah.
Well, like, I have the same thing, right? I have journals going back way the fuck back. And then I read them. I'm like, what a fucking idiot I was.
Yeah, same. All the time. I'm just like, how did I not see this? Like looking back at it, like on paper, I'm just like, she's dumb.
Yeah. Yeah. I know. But, you know, it's easy to look back at our mistakes and judge ourselves. But, you know, as I say quite often, if you could take a look at yourself in the mirror today and happy with who you are or your growth, right? Because I suspect that you still struggle with self-worth now, right? Because it's not going to be an easy transition to go from the trauma that you suffered to thinking that you're the shit, right? But it's still good to acknowledge the little victories. Yeah. So what do you want? Is that something you want to pursue, the songwriting and singing?
I love songwriting. Like I write songs pretty much every day. Like just on the way here, I was like working on different songs.
Are they personal songs?
Yeah. So everything I do is very personal. And I've had other people, they're like, hey, you want to like sing this? And I'm just like, if I'm going to sing a song, I want it to be because it's like my heart is in it.
I
and
totally understand.
Even if nothing ever like takes off, like even if I have like 10 people that are like, this song just helped me get through this. Like that's kind of what it's for.
Sure. I mean, at the end of the day, if we could even raise one person up, it's worth it. You know, to save somebody, and I don't necessarily mean it in the literal sense, to change someone's day, to make someone feel better, that's worth it.
And like a lot with like talking about like my abuse and my different like relationship things. Like I've had so many women that are messaging me. They're like, thank you for talking about this. Like I feel a lot less alone in this. And I was just like, that's just so important. Yeah.
Isn't it crazy that you'll hear someone say something and you thought you were the only one feeling that way? Yeah, I know. Yeah. It's amazing.
I've bawled my eyes out just reading DMs before, like in a good way.
Yeah.
It's just touching.
It is.
Yeah.
For sure.
And it's like a little community of people that are just like, I feel seen and heard. But
it's a strange concept for me to understand not being seen, because I've never experienced that. And sometimes when if we haven't experienced something, it's hard to relate to it. And I think, unfortunately, we are quick to dismiss things we can't relate to. And I think we need to understand that even though I don't know what it's like to feel things that you felt, at least to acknowledge that pain or that feeling for you is real. Okay, let's pro-choice it.
Pro-choice. Okay, so I had a miscarriage at 12 weeks. And, you know, like baby came out, like I held my baby, I literally buried it. And I don't know if it was a boy or girl, so we just call it Angel. And then pretty close after that, I found out I was pregnant again. I was 6 months pregnant. I got in a car accident. I went to the hospital and I was like, I'm in pain. And they're like, you're fine. And I was like, I really don't think I'm fine. And then 2 weeks after that, I was at work. I worked at Saltgrass, and like it felt like
You worked at what?
Saltgrass Steakhouse.
Oh, okay.
I was just a hostess.
Okay.
It's just a steakhouse in Oklahoma. But I was walking around and it felt like a bowling ball was just trying to like shoot right out of me, and I was in so much pain. And I go home, I could barely even drive, but I like got home and I, you know, said, I was just like, hey, like I'm in pain. And everyone's like, oh, just walk it off. And I'm just like, I physically can't. And then I hit my knees because I got so bad and I was like screaming. And so they picked me up, put me in the car, took me to the hospital. As soon as I got up there, I was in the gown and they like pulled my legs apart and I just gushed out with blood. And they were like, okay, we're going to have to like put you into like emergency, you know, labor. And so I got no medication on that. And like I was 6 months pregnant. So it was a pretty good sized baby, but like I gave birth to my whole entire water sack and my son was sideways.
Okay.
And so he couldn't get out and they had to break my water because like I was not doing well.
Right.
They broke it. His arm was still outside of me. And like you could literally see his hand go like that. And then he just suffocated. And then they had to like push him back into me. And then I had to give birth to him the next morning. Because like I was not doing well. I thought I was going to die on that table. And so the next day I gave birth to him and just like holding, like I've got pictures like he's a baby and people are just like, oh, it's a fetus or it's like an embryo. And I'm just like, it's definitely not.
At 6 months, it's definitely not.
Even 12 weeks.
Right.
Like, and everyone's just like, oh, like abortion, like really early on, it's just an embryo, but it's not. Like that's a little baby. And it's like they take innocent life and just make it like, oh, it's just a little fad. Like it doesn't matter.
Yeah. I mean, I've had this conversation with many people. In fact, Ant and I were talking about it yesterday. Do you think there's ever a time when it's acceptable?
I think that medical, it can be like if the mom and the baby's lives are like at risk.
I agree.
But I don't think it should be considered an abortion necessarily. It should be, I can't remember what the terminology for it is. A DNC.
A DNC.
Yeah. I think it should be like kind of labeled more as like a DNC and not like an abortion because statistically, I want to say it's 95% are just wrong time or inconvenience. And then I think it's 3% that's medical, like 1% incest, and like less than 1% of just rape.
Yeah.
So statistically,
those are the
like,
statistics, I believe. I think it's 1%. And
it's like a very low percentage that people like to cling on to.
For sure.
Yeah.
I don't think you can make an assessment or come to a conclusion on something so vast on the outliers of a situation. You need to, but I will play devil's advocate with you, knowing how poorly run the adoption, that's the word I want, adoption, what? Agency or the system is. Would you expect someone who inadvertently gotten pregnant, carry it to term, and then put it up for adoption, knowing how fucked up the adoption system is?
There are ways kind of not around it, but like there's a lot of families that want babies.
Yep. My sister was one of them. She couldn't.
Yeah. I've had friends that have done like the little shots and stuff. Like they want to have a baby really bad. But I think there's different ways. And like as somebody who was adopted, like, and I've had girls that are like, oh, I would much rather like a baby be aborted than like be abused. And I'm like, as somebody that was abused, as somebody that was abused, like pretty badly as an infant, I'm so glad that I wasn't aborted. And I think a lot of people that were abused would probably like to have their lives anyways.
Sure. Yep, I can accept that narrative. But what about the person who is pregnant? Right? They do have to carry that baby for 9 months, 10 months. The one thing, like I'm not so much pro-choice because I think that is such an arbitrary thing. And I think I know many a woman who use abortions as a means of birth control, right? I knew of one woman, I think she had 9 abortions, right? She was a whore.
Oh my God.
Fucking yeah.
No.
But I'm surprised she didn't walk around and her uterus just fell out on the floor.
You literally.
Yeah.
At some point, like if you're going to get multiple, just get sterilized. Like,
right.
Yeah.
So outside of the outliers, which is not even a valid argument, what if there's a woman who just gets pregnant? I think there needs to be a time where if a woman gets pregnant in error, that she should be allowed to have an abortion. But I just don't I believe in California, they can do it up to the 9th month. Like I'm not
like there, I think it's pretty far in.
Yeah. Like, come on, dude.
Yeah.
9 months, you might as well just have the baby and then put it up for adoption. Yeah. But the problem is I believe women can get pregnant and I think not even know about it for a month or two. Is that correct?
Yeah, it is possible.
Okay. So.
But there's like contraception. I think if we hit harder on like the contraception part, and there should be like a male birth control.
I believe there is. I think there's a shot.
Is there a shot?
I believe so.
But
men are lazy and men just think it's the woman's responsibility
Shot for what?
for male pregnancy. Oh, not male pregnancy.
No, you gotta get clipped.
No, I think there's a shot that they can give men. No? All right.
See,
I'm pretty sure
You got to get snipped. All right.
yeah. Well, they should have a male birth control, but I know a lot of men probably wouldn't do it. But
No.
if you look at it, like a man can have hundreds of kids a year.
Yes.
And
true.
like in the time frame a woman can have one baby, it's just like they got 364 other people pregnant. Like
Fair enough. No, good
Or
point.
just pull out.
that. And there's
Because that's
plan
the
B.
safest method.
Well, there's plan B.
80% effective.
80%.
Uh-huh.
Pulling out is 80%
Yeah,
effective.
but vasectomy.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
So your position is at no time is it acceptable.
Mm-mm.
Okay. A woman decides to have the child. Should the man be responsible for child support?
I don't know. That's like I guess I can't really. I'll talk about that later. But
Okay. Yep. Yeah. Okay. Just
um,
arbitrarily, what's your opinion on the matter? Not speaking from personal experience.
I think it's a tough one.
Yep.
But I think that I think there should be like an equal, responsibility with it.
Do you think women should decide to have the child regardless of how the man feels?
That is also a tough one. Like, I think, because it's like if the man wants the baby gone, then it's just like it has to be agreed upon to an extent.
Mm-hmm.
But it is also like if the man really doesn't want the child and the woman does, then I think that you should be able to just be like, okay, I'm going to do this on my own because.
Okay. Go down that story. Go.
Oh,
So a woman decides to have the child. The male does not want to have the child, and yet the male is responsible for child support. Does that seem fair?
yes and no, but because like they made the decision to have sex.
Mhm.
So it's like you're equal in that part.
Yep.
And so I don't know, it's such a
nuanced,
back,
right?
yeah.
That's why I don't think there's an easy answer.
Yeah.
And let's reverse it. The woman doesn't want to have the child, but the man does. He has no rights,
Mhm.
right? The standard
The men
cliche
do
line-
get fucked either way, honestly. Like to an extent. Like so there's fucked on both sides, but it's an either or. It's like they want the kid, they don't have a say. They don't want the kid, they don't have a say. And so it's just like you're kind of stuck with either mourning the loss of your child or paying child support forever.
Right.
And it fucking sucks. But everybody, like if people kept their dick in their pants.
No.
That story, it takes two to fuck,
No.
right?
Well, no, I didn't mean just in
No,
that. But I mean
I'm
like
being
girls. Yeah.
condescending. Yeah, I'm being sarcastic.
Yeah. A girl,
But it is
2026. I'm in it both ways.
it's okay. One of the conversations I had with Claire Patriot
Mhm.
is, do you think men and women are equal?
That's a tough one too.
I want to know your answer.
I know. Yes, but I don't. Yes and no.
Okay, explain.
Even like in biblical times,
Okay,
like women were kind of like not the subhuman, but like lower down. Like if a woman would have sex with somebody before marriage, like completely shamed. Man can go fuck everybody pretty much, and it's still pretty similar.
yeah,
like
I think
mindset.
that's an unfair perspective to take, right?
Mhm.
But you're quite right. A woman sleeps around, she's a slut. A guy sleeps around, he's a stud.
Yeah.
Right?
And men could have multiple wives, and then, the woman was just supposed to just be with just him. And so, like, there's always been, like, an imbalance there, but then now we have, like, different imbalances.
Mhm.
Because it's like a woman can scream, like, rape or abuse, and, like, it's going to pin on that man no matter whether he did it or not, and even if it's proved against it, like, the
He's-
narrative's still on his
He's
name.
finished.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. That whole Me Too movement, believe all women. No, some women are fucking lying bitches.
I've watched girls, I've broken off friendships over that. Like I've had a friend literally tell me like, oh my God, he's standing over me. Like I'm so scared for my life. I called my boyfriend at the time who was in the car with her boyfriend that she said was standing over her. And I was like, hey, oh my God, we got to go to the house and like save her. And he's just like, he's literally in the car with me right now. And I'm just like, you're joking. And then I let that man literally like read through my stuff, and he was showing me his text, like we just pieced apart everything. And she was telling everybody like, oh, he's so abusive because she didn't want any girl to be around him. Like she was very like insecure. And so she was starting to tell people that because of that. And then once they've like finally broke off, like she started saying all sorts of crazy things about him. And I'm just like, none of that is true. But he's still like labeled. A lot of people will look at him and be like, oh yeah.
He's fucked.
Yeah.
Right. And that shit can extend not just about your, like the character assassination. It can affect your job.
100%.
Right?
Reputation,
that to me is
everything.
just criminal. Women, I think, should be charged
100%
for that.
100%. And then it makes it to where like women that have actually been through things.
100.
It's just like, you got to just question it because it's just,
Yeah.
I don't understand. I literally do not understand. Like even if I hated a man, I would never say something that was untrue. Yeah. And I've also like been through things and I'm just like, I don't even usually talk about them. Like on occasion, like if I'm asked, then like I'm pretty open, but like I try to just not name because it's just, I don't know.
I think it's a horrible thing to do to wreck somebody's life just because you're a petty
mad.
bitch.
Yeah. 100%.
Okay, let's squirrel to Trump.
Trump.
What do you think?
I've loved Trump since day one.
Yeah.
I mean, I've seen all the back and forths and like, I still like to believe that like he's doing what he's supposed to do because he does play checkered or he plays chess, not checkers.
I agree.
And so it's just like, what's like, is this good or bad? And it's like, you don't really know up front.
Right. And as, you know, Cruise Control and I were talking about, we are only discerning information that we're allowed to see.
Exactly.
Right.
It's all a puppet show.
For sure. Which, you know, as I said, is quite scary. But, you know, like every woman I know got upset about him saying, grab her by the pussy. Who gives a fuck? Okay?
I wore a hat that said,
yeah,
I was like,
I know. Right. But so women were so offended by him saying that. First of all, he said it to a friend in a locker room. Okay. And I know you women talk way worse than that.
Oh, way worse. And
Exactly.
like when I saw the uproar about that, I'm like, if they heard my conversations with my friends, like on a date, like after a date, it's like the things you say, way worse than that.
100%.
Like I had like a group chat at one point, and when I flew to Georgia, they're like, okay, send 3 emojis for this, 3 emojis for that. Like we want all the details. I'm like, okay, so in a group chat, they're just like asking all like the sexual details and stuff. And I'm just like, nobody that's mad about it can say that they have never said anything like that.
Right.
Yeah.
And that was such a petty thing to pick on.
Mm-hmm.
Right. To me, at the end of the day, I don't give a fuck about any other of these details. Is he doing the job?
Exactly.
Right? Like, so with the tariffs that Canada faces because of Trump, it fucked up my business a little bit. But I understand why he's doing it because he is taking care of the USA. He doesn't give a fuck about anybody else.
Exactly.
And I
America
respect that,
first.
man. America first, right? And
Yeah.
I respect that. So how do you think he's going to do in the midterms?
I don't know. He can't run again though.
No, the midterms coming up where the vote is going to be for, I think it's basically an assessment on, it's a vote for the House and the Senate if the Republican Party still keeps that. Do you think he's doing well enough to successfully keep the House and the Senate?
I think that I think even the Republicans right now are completely just divided on a lot of things because
Yes.
Israel and
Yes.
it's just complicated. And it's just, you don't know the answers to anything.
Agreed.
I'm kind of at the point where I'm just like, as long as America is being put first and like things are going good for us, like, and the choices are made to protect us or to help us, that's, I think, what matters. And like, no matter if it's him or somebody else, like, it's more like the policy and not the person. I love Trump though, but I don't know. I think he has kind of gotten us into a divide in our own little.
I do agree that Republicans seem to be more divided than Democrats do. There seems to be a lot of infighting. What do you think about the situation with Iran right now?
Oh, I don't know. I think taking him out is good. I think they've always been a threat, and I think he's kind of like claiming dominance. And it's just like, if you fuck with us, you're fucking gone. And I think that's how it should be. And I think he has more respect from different countries. At least, even not even respect, but fear. Like, you do something to piss him off, he's probably going to just blow y'all up. Like,
yeah, there's a question that goes around. Would you rather be feared or respect? But I think fear quite often comes
with respect.
Right. Or respect is generated by fear.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I've been quite vocal the fact that I love Trump, right?
Mm-hmm.
One of, I hope the motherfucker runs for a third term. I hope that he changes the Second Amendment that allows him to run for a third term. I don't agree with everything that he does, but if I am overall happy with his position and how he takes care of the USA, I'm completely fine with it.
Yep.
How do you feel about how he handled the Epstein files?
I don't know if he did the best he could, because I think that he did play a lot of chess with that too, because he planted the seed with Elon Musk. Because I think they staged that little fight.
Me too.
And I think he put oh yeah, Trump's in the files. And so the Democrats are like, we're going to release him. And so then it pushed things through, but everything's still redacted. And it's like, what can he actually do? Like, can he really just flip a thing? Or does it go through a whole line of people?
True. Because
technically, people would be mad either way. I think more people would be mad if he kept them redacted than if he unredacted it. But I think legally, there's probably a lot.
I think, unfortunately, that there's going to be a lot of collateral damage to releasing those files.
Like a complete collapse.
Yes. And I think in any government or any business, your relationships are important. And I think if Trump was truly in the Epstein files, the Democrats would have revealed that
100%.
A long fucking time ago. But I think there are relationships in those files that are being protected.
Mm. Yeah.
So let me ask you this. Mm-hmm. If he was truly in the files, would you be comfortable him paying the price for being in there?
Yes.
So you think no matter what?
I don't care who it is.
Yes.
I don't care if you're in it and you did it.
I agree. Yep.
I think we should have an open season on them. No bagging limit.
I agree. The whole Charlie Kirk thing. Mm-hmm. What's your position on that?
There's so many rabbit holes and conspiracy. I've gone through so many, there were a couple weeks where I was just in the rabbit hole. I remember when I heard about it, I was in Ross and I just started bawling. I was like, oh my God. And that was before they even announced him dead and everything. I do feel like Erica is dark. I
agree.
I don't know whether she necessarily had something to do with it, but I do lean that way.
I think
she knew about it.
100%.
I think she was a part of the plan. I don't know. But also the fact that their babies were there, front row.
Were they on site?
I'm pretty sure that his daughter was screaming for him because she heard a loud noise and she was scared.
I didn't know that her kids were there.
That's what I'd heard.
I do believe that there's way more to that fucking story. And I unfortunately don't think we're ever going to know the truth.
Mm-mm.
Right.
Yeah.
What do you think of the whole Minnesota riots and ICE?
I think that got blown out of proportion.
Okay.
I think it was probably a little bit of a distraction because I feel like every time the files come up, back in 2019, Epstein, they're like, oh, he's dead. And then next they're like, oh, everybody's getting sick. Plan your whole family's funerals. And so it's just everybody's looking the other way. And I think it was partly going to be a distraction. But I also think if you're going to disrespect an agent and it's between you and them going home to their families, it's not going to be you.
I agree.
And I think there's a lot of people that kind of took videos out of context.
I agree.
And I don't know. I stand with ICE, not against them. So
I agree. If you don't want to have problems with ICE, don't fucking be there.
And do it legally.
Right.
Just do it fucking legally. If you break the rule, even as a child.
I'm going through the legal process.
Yeah. as a child, like if you don't follow the rules, you sit in timeout. And it's like, you don't follow the rules, you sit in detainment center, like, which it is sad. And I do have empathy for a lot of people because like there's families that are broken apart and stuff, but it's like, if you would have done it the right way, there's consequences to every action.
100%. What do you think people, like the claim is, I'm not even, so you remember that whole Billie Eilish thing about how there's no illegals on stolen land? Like that is such
I'm Native American, so.
Yeah. Are you really?
Yeah. Chickasaw and Potawatomi.
Right. So, okay, great. What is your belief in that statement?
I think she's an idiot.
Yeah. Fuck you, Billy. Yeah. I think I think that was such an insipid, vapid thing for her to say.
It's like she spoke without even thinking about what she was, like she had no, like, there's nothing behind her brain.
No. She's
or
an
nothing
airhead.
behind her eyes. Yeah.
Yeah, she's a fucking airhead. So your position is that
technically it's all stolen land.
But is it stolen?
It's not
though?
really.
Like
no.
I actually did a bit of research into that. Lands were purchased, and prior to that, lands were conquered all the time. The Indians themselves were doing it. Indians would wipe out other tribes of Indians to take their land.
Oh yeah.
So, it just seems to be again a very victim mentality to play.
Yeah. No, I have Native American tattoos. I also have Made in the USA on my chest and an American flag, and I got American on my knuckles. I got fuck Joe Biden on my middle finger.
Yes.
But so on TikTok a while back, I got hit with like, oh, do a tattoo tour. And I did, and they're like, you can't be Native American and love America. And I'm like, yes, the fuck I can. And so I got hit on both sides. And then I had natives like on my side, I had natives against me. I had them like big native influencers like making videos about me, like all this stuff. And I'm just like, what the fuck?
You're always going to be a target, right? And you have a good following. So I find that people just attack you just to get some sort of recognition and some kind of attention. What we were talking earlier, what I do find scary for a woman is to the degree that you will be attacked. Like a number of women that I've had on the show and coming on the show, dude, some of the shit you guys have to endure is crazy to me and fucking scary.
Dude, it's terrifying. I've had a man come up to me while I was working at a bar downtown in Nashville. He came up to the bar. I had a pretty busy bar. I was downstairs at Kid Rocks. And he came up to the bar and asked for like I think it was a Cap and Coke. Captain Morgan. Yeah.
Yep.
And I was like, okay, here. And he's just like, you're not going to say anything? And I'm like, you're welcome. I was like, what do you want? And he's just like, you don't even fucking recognize me. And I'm like, I see 1,000 men a day. No, I don't recognize your face. And he got really aggressive, started screaming at me over the bar. He's like, I just put a down payment on an apartment to move here for you. And I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? And he's just like, we've been talking for a year. I've had like 20 different men do this. And they'll come at me. And like, so the girl that was singing on stage like stopped and she like called security over because she saw he was like getting aggressive. And I'm sitting there like, I don't know what to do right now.
Right.
And then I had to like be walked to my car and everything because like he was insane. And then I've had other men, they're like, we've literally been talking for like a year. I've sent you $10,000. And I was like, no, you haven't. And they're like, I'm going to sue you. And I'm like, for being an idiot? Like, that's not my fault.
Right.
And so I've had that happen. And then I had somebody try to break into my house about a year ago. We don't know if it had anything to do with that, but I've had like some hardcore stalkers.
Yeah.
When it comes to real life is when it gets really scary.
Yeah. It's unfortunate that people presume that the relationships they have with you online.
It's like on Telegram and WhatsApp and I don't know what the other little sites are that they talk. And I'm just like, you think I talk like that?
Yeah. Yeah. It's unfortunate that people can't understand the division between reality and online. The person you represent or how you present yourself online, is it the same person you are in real life? That's good. I think that's authentic.
Yeah. If you got to fake it online, then that's just awkward when you meet people. Yeah. And it's just like, what's the point of it?
Yeah.
Like,
But again, as Cruz and I were talking about, some people just want to be famous, Insta famous, online famous, regardless of how they get that.
Mm-hmm. I don't have a crazy following on there, but everyone's like, oh my God, you're like famous. And I'm like, it's literally being at the cool table at the mental hospital. Like that is all social media followers. But I mean, you can get cool experiences. Like you can spread like good things on there. Yep. You can change lives. You can do a lot. Mm-hmm. But it's like, what's the point if it's not sincere?
I agree. So what message do you want to impart through your social media?
That you can heal from everything. And it doesn't have to be like a straight line. It doesn't have to be pretty. It can be ugly. It can be pretty sometimes. Like, it doesn't matter. But healing is possible. And I guess kind of like growing confidence and learning that and just like bringing people along. And I like to make people laugh.
What do you want to do, let's just say, in the next year?
I don't know. I want to keep my healing journey going, mm-hmm. and I want to see myself a lot more healed. And I'm hoping to like bring people on there with me and just kind of like people can drag people down. Like I just want to bring people up with me.
That's beautiful. That's nice. Mm-hmm. I agree. That's what we should be doing. Mm-hmm. Okay. Long term, what is it you want?
Social media wise?
Everything.
So I just started working with a finance brokerage. Okay. So I really like learning about finances. Like grew up not really knowing much about anything. And
we all grew up not knowing a lot about a lot of things.
Yeah.
It's up to us to learn a lot about a lot.
Exactly. Yeah. So I'm like for the past like 8 months or so, like I've been learning pretty much everything about life insurance, IULs, annuities. I love it. And so I'm like, I can help people. Like I can make an income, but I can also like help families. Mm-hmm. And so being able to like learn everything about it so I can actually help people is also, and like retirement and stuff. It's like so much that people don't know about it. And so being able to like actually change lives and like help people like be more prepared and like just safe financially.
Yeah. Okay. Personal. Where do you want to be?
In Florida.
In Florida?
Yeah. I don't really know. I want to own my own businesses.
Yep.
Like I just want to do like little side things here and there. But
like what?
I like to make things. Okay. So I'll take things from like garage sales and I'll like refurbish like couches and furniture. And like I like to I can see the ugliest little thing and I can be like, but I can see what it will be.
Oh, amazing.
And so I want to flip furniture and have my own little like furniture stuff. And then I can also make clothes. I've been sewing since I was probably like 10. My grandma taught me. I made my prom dresses. I made my wedding dress.
Really?
All of it. Yeah. I took things from Goodwill and I like redid them. Like I added material, took it off. And so I want to have my own little clothing line. But like I want to make the pattern.
Nice.
And then boots. I love boots. So I'm learning how to like make my own boots.
And what about personal? Do you want to get married?
I don't know.
Really?
I don't really care.
Okay. Do you want to have kids?
I have kids.
More kids?
Probably not.
Okay.
So I don't even know if I can get pregnant again. I had to have like a cerclage, which is like a surgery while I was pregnant with my daughter. I had to get shots every week.
Okay.
Because whenever I got in the car accident with my son,
yep,
it messed up something inside of me. And so I had to like get my cervix tied shut.
Okay.
And so I don't even know if it's possible.
Yeah, probably not.
Yeah. So, but I love the ones I got. So
it's interesting that you don't want to get married again.
I just don't care if I do.
Okay.
If I meet somebody and I'm like, yes, then yeah. But it's also just a piece of paper. And like,
true enough,
divorce is ugly and it's hard.
Especially if you got shit.
Mm-hmm. I didn't have shit and it was so hard. Yeah, I just don't really plan for anything. Like whatever happens is going to happen. I'm just kind of trusting the process.
Now, we talked earlier about spirituality. Mm-hmm. So you're similar to my mindset that you don't gravitate towards a religion, but you do believe in a higher power or God. Mm-hmm. Explain that.
I've been going down the rabbit hole. I'm not like fully knowledgeable on it, but like I've been like digging down the rabbit hole of like there's different books in the Bible that were never put into the Bible because and it's just like who gets to pick the stories and why are those stories that there's 30 years of Jesus's life that just completely
gone.
Nobody knows. And it's like the Bible's supposed to be about him and it's just there's so many different plot twists.
Yeah.
And then people like go hardcore on religion. It's like you have to do this, that, and the other, or else you're gonna go to hell. And it's like, but like in the Bible, they were marrying 12-year-olds. We don't say anything about that now, but like they'll talk about like if you're gay, you go to hell. But what about the people literally marrying children? And like now it's not acceptable when it shouldn't be. It shouldn't have been then either. But it's just there's so many things. If you want to pick apart the Bible, pick apart the whole thing and not just little bitty pieces. It's like
Agreed.
They pick and choose what's acceptable and what's not.
The one issue I have with religion is that your religion is wrong. My religion is right. And I think something as powerful as spirituality, I don't think we should easily discredit what your belief is to empower mine.
Yeah.
Right. I should have my faith. It should be what resonates for me. And you can have your faith. But I think we are now in a position quite similar to political parties. You know, I'm a Republican, you're a Democrat. I can't accept anything that you say. I can't accept any of your positions or your thoughts. Mine is the only right way. And everything that I do is right. And I don't think that that is true.
No, I've got a very like Democratic friend. Like
Really?
She's one of my favorite people, sweet as heart. We don't agree on a lot.
Yes.
But we like find the middle ground and just like we'll talk about it and we're like, why, like what in your life made you believe this? And like, why are you here? Like, and so it's like you understand. It comes from like empathy. It's just like her life experiences formed her opinions. How she was raised up formed hers.
Yep.
And then it's just how you are.
Do you think you're very empathetic?
Yeah.
Which is again impressive since you had a country fucking song of a history that you didn't turn into a cold bitch.
Yeah. So all of my friends are like, you are the sweetest person until you're not. And like, they're all like, I am terrified to be on your bad side. Because
that's fair though. That's the way it should be.
It is. Oh, I didn't just punch that. And I always say being on my bad side is not a good place to be, but it's a hard place to get because I don't really care about a lot. Like you can do a lot of things and I'm just like, okay, you cross that one line, I will come at you for the rest of your life. I will run you into the ground.
That's fair.
Usually like friends or children or family.
Yeah.
Like cross those lines. Like you can say whatever you want about me. I don't really care. But like talk about my kids. Oh, I'm gonna ruin your life.
No, I think that's totally fair. I think there are certain lines you shouldn't cross. And I'm a big believer in revenge.
Oh, I am vengeful.
Yeah, I think.
I wasn't for a while. I was very quiet and I was just like, okay, like I'll just roll with the punches. And then I was like, now I got to start throwing punches because if you just keep rolling with the punches, you're just going to keep getting punched.
100%.
And once you finally stand up and you're like, no. And that's kind of where I'm at.
And what's interesting, as soon as you decide that you no longer want to be that punching bag, you're automatically the bitch now.
Oh, yeah, I'm the villain.
There you go. It's crazy though, right?
Yeah.
Like I can treat you like shit for as long as I do. And the moment you've decided you don't want to stand up for that anymore, Barbie's a fucking bitch now.
It is the exact, I get called the cunt.
There's the cunt word again.
And you know what? I'm proud of it.
Yeah, that's kind of psychological strategy is insane to me. But I do believe what you will allow will continue.
That's kind of what I've learned a lot, like the past probably 4 years. But it's like lately it's just been so much harder. It's just like I keep accepting it. It keeps getting worse.
Do you think you found your voice now?
Yeah. Like I've learned to like, I will cut people off middle sentence. I'm like, nope. And I'll turn around and I'll walk off. I do not care.
Good for you.
Yeah.
I think that's a very powerful position to be that shows that you've healed and you've moved forward. Listen, dude, I've never heard a story like yours. It's depressing as fuck.
There's still more, but I'll tell you later. But
the very fact that, you know, you've endured speaks to your strength. And I think if anything out of this entire podcast, I think you could be shown as an example of how you can endure the most fucking horrible of shit and still come out the other side and still be a good person.
Thank you. I appreciate
pleasure.
that. Yes.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.